So here is the harness. Oh, what's this yellow one? Oh, so this wire here, if you look, there's two wires going through. We just got to cut that one out. So I have these little caps here, a little big, a lot of big. We're gonna use those. So I don't want to just cap it right here because I got a lot of wires to go through it. So I'm gonna pull it off a few inches. Now, ideally, it'd be nice just to pull it, get rid of it, but I don't want to I don't want to short out on anything. So I'm just going to double it up because it's such a big cap. Okay, it's all the way in. Now we're going to go on the insulated. I'm just going to squeeze. And we got to do that on another one here. Just one of these. Because I only need one OBD 2-port. I'm not connecting the one under the hood again, the diagnostic port. So let's shove this. And okay, I'll give you a little tutorial of where we're at here. So here's our wiring all the way to the end. It's our mass airflow and our air intake temp. This goes to the alternator. So I need to wrap these up. These are for our cam sensor, coils, and then this is the condenser. This is our O2 sensor. Upstream, crank sensor, knock. This goes to the fuel injection and TPS and stuff over there. We got to cap this wire still. This goes to ignition on and start. This yellow wire goes to our temperature gauge. So if you noticed, it's wrapped with this red and white one. They go together in this harness that I had to add the plug to. And then coming in we have our alternator light. And obviously we have OBD connector. We got one wire for the OBD, and then somewhere else we have a OBD. Got our AC fan. And this goes to the tach and the cluster. Obviously this isn't going to work, but if I put an aftermarket tachometer in, I'll have that. But I'm going to try to use the stock one. I have found a diagram that kind of shows me a cheat sheet. Okay, and here we have a wire we still have to work with. So this wire, this is wire number 86. So we have to take this wire, number 86, and go find wire number 58, which is going to be a white and red. And we're going to splice it into that wire. Now they want to, some people recommend putting a fuse in line with it. So let's go ahead and splice this real quick. So number 58, so we're going to look at our cheat sheet here. So the bottom row is going to start with 56. 56, 57, 58. Well, that was painful. Right there. So this green wire is going to splice into this white and red wire. So I'm going to live on the wild side here, guys, because I believe that the white and red wire is already connected to a fuse. I'm not sure how putting another fuse in line is going to change anything. So I don't want to just cut this wire and hurt this wire, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to strip a little bit, tie this up around it really good, and then tape it up really good. That's the method I'm going to go. Okay. So let's so I have my harness just about finished. There is something that has been kind of scattering my brain here. I have not been able to figure it out. I've even consulted with someone who I thought had better access to better diagrams, but he just sent me the same one that I had. So here's what I got going on. This relay plug right here, I have no idea what it's for, but there are two wires right here come out of it or go into it, I got two wires that come out of it. One of it is in this connector. There's a blue wire. I think it's the blue wire. It goes to that relay. And then there's this big old fat plug right here. This is the other end of it. And it plugs in here. And when you follow it, one end goes to the alternator, but then there's this one. This is the other end. I have no idea where it goes. It's just a solid white wire. The other end of this relay is a white with pink. You know, it's a thicker wire. It's not, your normal 16, 18 gauge wire. So I'm just going to take it out. I have no idea what it does or where it goes. I tried mocking it up on the engine, and there's nothing there. The only thing close is the starter, but I know that's not the starter. So I scattered my brain for over an hour yesterday, checking all the wires coming out of the fuse box. So we have the mystery relay. This is going to our fuel pump. This goes to the memory fuse. I have no idea where that goes. I got a free wire. Whatever it went to, we disconnected. This is your BTN1, which is interesting. Because most relays I see only have one wire, but this one has two. BTN1 and BTN2. So these are all your lights excluding your headlights. This is the headlamp. And then we have ignition 1, ignition 2. For off-road racing action. These are my notes. I don't need a check engine light. I did not need a rear O2. I'm not running an electronic speedometer. Not running a automatic transmission. I'm not going to use the evap from the Kia. I'm not using an accelerator sensor, and I'm not going to use a fuel tank pressure sensor. I'm going to use the factory evap system and fuel tank. So I don't think that it was a pressurized fuel tank. And yeah, 1990 earlier Mazda trucks did not have a rear oxygen sensor, so I don't need it. And that's keeping with the law of the truck. Which kind of seems like a loophole, but it'll work. I just try to make my wiring simple as I could. So we have the wiring all taped up. So everything is taped. So right here I have a couple wires that are staying in the cab. And we got the alternator light, temperature light, or temperature gauge. That is oil gauge. This has to go to our ignition switch. I've checked it, confirmed this power goes to the ignition coils, and there's something else it went to. So we have to send this to the ignition switch. And then over here we have a couple of OBD2 wires, and then the tack wire I mentioned earlier. And these are air conditioning wires. So this is staying in the cab, these wires. These are everything that's going to connect to the motor. So right now what we have is we got our engine harness now. This wire, I was mentioning earlier about how there's an extra relay, a mystery relay. I'm still not sure what it goes to. So this goes to that relay. I was going to take it all out. That goes to the relay. And then there's a big fat chunky wire here somewhere. Right here. And this is the outside of, I think it's the out. Anyways, I don't know where it goes to, so I just kept it in there. Because if it's in there and it doesn't get connected, it's not going to hurt anything if I don't use it. If I pull it all out and I need it, well, headaches will arise. So I am going to test fit this harness on the engine because I may be able to wrap these wires up together up to a certain point, kind of save me some space. This being an oxygen sensor, I'm probably going to give that the most length that I can because that manifold's not going to work. We have to get something else, so the oxygen sensor is going to move. So let me grab my harness, throw it on the engine, just start hooking stuff up so we can kind of see where we're at. So this is going to go in the cab, and these wires are for my fan relays. I'm not sure which way they're going to go. I don't want to commit to it right now. So they're just there. Okay, so if we start at the furthest point, it's going to be our mass airflow and our alternator. So that'll go there, this will go here. So I couldn't figure out which way these went. So I found the diagram. It actually goes around the engine. It doesn't stay tight with it, it goes around it. So I made sure I gave them enough room by themselves. This goes to a fuse box. And there's a hook here to hold the wires. I'm not sure where that goes yet. So this is that big wire, I don't know where that goes. These can all come together right here. To here. I'll run these wires together to here. Okay. Okay, I have done all I can to this harness at this point. Other than just putting it on the engine and getting it ready for install. So I do have some wiring inside to do, but we'll get to that later, because I still need to finish taking the wires out of the truck so I can start weeding through some of the stuff I don't need in there and some of the stuff we do need. Okay. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content. We got a lot to do on this project still.